Hello everyone! Welcome to another Val-Con related video. Today I'm here with the first batch of Hype Week participants for our training session. Hello everyone, how's it going? Oh yeah, you can
Oh,
you can
great.
like
Yeah,
say
yeah.
hello.
Great.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Awesome.
Hi.
Welcome everybody. And thanks for everybody is watching here, bro.
So today I'm here with Cooties, Hilly, Henk de Broek, Dev, and we're going to be talking about our Hype Week projects. But before we get started, we want to introduce two new people. And Hank requested to go first, so why don't we start with Hank de Broek? Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me just pull up your stream.
Let's do it. It's an old video from our trading server. I make from the trader server every 100 days of in-game a screenshot video. I can show you in the behind. And yeah, at the trading server, it's a system, a playing system. So one moment, I must have a look here. We would to introduce the game mechanic of a trading server. We trade goods from Valheim with each other and pay for them with in-game currency, like gold. We felt that something was missing in Valheim, a way to something meaningful with gold. And so the idea was born. We set about creating prices, then dynamically adjusting them throughout the game based on the supply and demand. Yeah, that was only a playable principle what we can do in Valheim, because we want to look that we can make more with the gold, and we make 1 year a really big price list with every item in Valheim, and set a price for it. And after that, we try to change with it. We make we make I'm sorry. My English is really bad, so I
No,
must
you're doing good. Good presentation.
yeah, I look that I find the words. One moment. Professional groups, where the people make somebody wood or something, fishing, cooking, everything what you find in Valheim. And at this moment, the peoples are going like here, the cooks. They make the meal for everybody at the server, and then they get money for it. And with the money, they can buy wood, they can buy stones, they can buy things to cook the meals. And
Audio is nice and
that's the
clear.
principle we want to share you and show you how it feel. It feels really good. We play now for 1 year now at the server, and it was really nice. We have a mod pack with 70 mods, only to quality of life mostly, and buildings, pieces, and something else, who make the feeling better to trade with somebody. We look for a trading mod, but the mostly trading mods was not so that we can work with them, because the principle we play is another way. And so, yeah, that's everything.
Oh, that's
At
really
the end
cool,
of
though.
this, yeah, at the end of the week, we make a trailer for the Val-Con, and after that, we want to show. Maybe I don't know how much time we get, and then I can show you more about the trading server and the system of the trading server. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would like to ask you some more about it. We can do that later in this
Mhm.
one. Because
Of
you're
course.
totally right about coins. Like, coins in
Yeah.
Valheim kind of become a bit useless for players, and they tend to not care too much about them later on. But if you can get coins to be really valuable and have a purpose, then everything you get coins from in Valheim is more fun. Like doing dungeons suddenly is more fun if you can get coins from cooking or something. That's awesome, and especially the
Yeah.
trading with other players. Like I can see how that really brings out the best of the experience for people.
Yeah, the most of the you need the community. Yeah, everybody must play the same way. He must do his jobs. He must do or get the coins, and it's a trust thing because we haven't a good mod for trading. We make it on our own. We make a chest where you can put the coins in, and then you can get a stack of I don't know, any meal or something else. And we make stack prices and one piece prices. So, and that's the principle. After that, we can give everybody a feeling of you trade with your things you farm for the others.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Very cool.
Yeah, that was really nice. And now we are at the end, maybe next week or over next week at the first, the 100 server or the trading server 1.0 for 1.0 ends because we get the fight against Fader, I think next week or over next week, because we play at the server only one time in the week, every Tuesday evening here in Europe. And that was really nice. I like it so much because we make it with 4 people. We have 1 year to before we start the server to look about it, what we can do, what mods we need, what mods we can use, what is useless. And at the end, we find a mod like the Viking Renegades. I don't know if you know them. That was a really hard mod.
Yeah, that's a cool
at the
mod.
end. It was a cool mod because it was good for us for the trading because you get coins from them. They only if you kill them, you get only coins from them, and that's coins and a Robin. Rubine. I don't know the name in English. Rubine, Robin. I playing every time in Rubies, and
Rubies.
yeah, that's all the things. Rubies. Sorry, and that's the thing you get from them, and then you can change them by the by Hildi or Haldor, and get coins for it. And with the coins, you can also buy things. Everything you need. Yeah, and with the jobs, who every group plays in, they can only make this, and they can level the skills at that. Maybe you see there the last picture that we get the herbalist in it, and the herbalist is a really hard skilling, and everybody, I think the best of us is at 36 from 100 now with all of these things, and he every time only pick up these small things from the herbalist, and you need
That's
for
really
cooking
cool.
or making. Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah, and here in the background you see mud pictures. We make playing things. We have a area where we play, and have a Jahrmarkt. I don't know the name in English. Wait a moment. Oh God, Jahrmarkt.
Don't worry. For
Hilly
what
Hel-
it's worth, most Valheim players that I know don't speak English as a first language, so.
Yeah, yes. And the year market. We have a year market where we play everything, and that are the games in the backside. And that way we have seasons on the server, also as mod. This was really nice because in the winter you can't farming, and so you must look for any other places. You have 10 days where you can't farming then, and they must have a look to get money anywhere. So they must go to kill something to get money, because nobody can buy at the farmers at the moment in the winter. Yeah,
It's really
much
cool.
things.
So,
Yeah.
so what
But
can
we
we
play-
refer to your project or world as? Is there a name for the experience?
The trading server.
Trading server. Okay, cool.
Trading server. Yeah, that's the English name, I think. Trading server. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
we just make the plans for this 2.0, and we will start maybe, I hope so, in September or so. But we also play in German and the English. But we want to show the principle of the playing, and that you can go to play with our mod pack, the trading server system, and trade some the things, get the coins. You can change the things with the other groups and buy them, sell them, and that want we to show you how the principle is going on. That's a mostly principle.
That's
And
wonderful.
that we want to show you. Yeah.
So I think for now, we'll move on to Cooties. Thanks so much for introducing your project, Hank. Looks really, really interesting. I definitely see a lot of value in players trading with one another. That's something that really helps give meaning to items in the game, because maybe you don't care about it, but if someone else has something you care about, then suddenly any item you can give them has value to you now. So it helps deepen Valheim's item experience in general, and it can be a little weak in that later in the game. So that sounds awesome. Like, good work.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to show it. I hope the trailer will be better.
Hey, all of our trailers get better and better and better. We just keep working on them, keep improving them. It all works out. Okay. So next we have Cooties. Do you want to say hello?
Hi, I'm Cooties. I run sorry, I'm nervous. I
Don't
run
worry, it's okay.
Trail of the Craftsman server. It started out as just kind of a place for me to build and get away from adminning. And it grew. So I started inviting friends, other admins, moderators over to just kind of get away from being an admin all the time and build and just hang out. And we started inviting other people, and it just kept growing. And we decided to open it up to the public. And that's kind of how we started. And it just I correct. Yep. That is definitely me. Okay. I had to look at the video because the Discord doesn't show anything, and I'm afraid to bring up anything else in case it glitches out. So what started out as just say a simple, little scavenger hunt for special runes that my husband had made for the server kind of turned into a bunch of lore that is that actually is made per, I guess. Well, some of it is already pre-made, and some of it is being written as we go. Per player, for the players that want to like participate and put their builds, make their builds into something that goes along with the lore. Then we have little quests that we have through the orders that were created by Golden, and it gives builders something a little extra to do. But we also decided to make the server the play hard, just so our players had a little bit of a challenge, but nothing, yeah, yes. Yeah. We've been creating a nice little community. It's been very interesting watching people create, these friendships and how they work together. And they're starting a trading system, and it's actually been pretty neat to watch. I don't know what all to talk about. um,
Don't worry.
I'm a little bit less prepared than others. I didn't realize I could do a
No,
slideshow, and that would have been all.
you're fine. Don't worry. Other people have had multiple meetings and other pre-context in these things. You and Hank are here. This is your first meeting. So don't worry too much about it. It's fine. As I mentioned earlier, the main point with these meetings is to make sure that the Hype Week participants get to know each other a little bit better, because I've found that one of the problems with these custom worlds and projects is that communities tend to be quite insular or insulated. They, especially with like adventure maps and really customized mod packs, people tend to just be involved with their own project. But we can actually learn a lot from one another. So that's something that I always like to kind of encourage people to do, is to work with each other more often. So the whole point of this meeting really is to make sure you get a chance to connect with the others and learn from them. So it's okay. Don't worry if you feel like, you're forgetting your train of thought or you didn't show the perfect thing. It's all good. Don't worry about it. This is just a training session, so it's okay.
Thank goodness. I mean, I'm in game right now, and I can show a little bit,
Do you want to?
but I
We
wouldn't be
we
able to
have time
show
because
my
there aren't that
map.
many people in this training session. So if you want to
Uh-huh.
show a bit of your world right now, we can do that.
Okay. Let me see. Um, how do you share the game?
So in Discord, you just need to, if you see where it has the like disconnect icon for the meeting, if you look in the middle of that, it should have something to share your screen. And then once you select that, you'll get the choice between applications, entire screen, or devices. So what you would do is pick applications and then pick Valheim. Or entire screen, but it's usually easier to do the applications Valheim one, because then you don't accidentally show something.
Okay, so it's not showing then.
Try entire screen then. Sometimes depending on like if Discord is running on a different GPU than Valheim is, then I think it can't see it. I don't remember exactly how it works.
Share your screen.
I was.
Yeah, to the left. Watch the left, yeah.
What was that?
That one.
I did do that one, and it wasn't doing. Sorry.
No, don't worry, it's fine. Like I said, we have time.
Is
It's
it
okay.
showing? It's showing for me on here. So I don't know if
Let's
others
see.
can
Yeah,
see it.
now I can see your screen. You're in the Meadows starting temple with the menu on. There you go. Nice.
Okay, so you pretty much enter the game, and you read all the rules, you come sign the board. There's Mr. Bungles. He's my partner in crime here. And then, I set it up sort of like a park. So you could just kind of wander around and find your way out. So
Love the
you
nature.
come
Looks
to.
nice.
Thanks. I'm going to fly here. And I have too many things going. So, we'll give it a second here. It apparently is not liking me streaming. My internet's been kind of wonky.
Yeah, I have
so
the same thing. If I'm streaming, I have to give Valheim more time to load everything up.
So we pretty much give players the option to either come into the town, the first village, to at least get their bearings, or they can head south or move on from the docks. They can even take portals to different areas. The orders, you can choose an order that you, what do you say? You choose an order and you don't have to, but if you choose an order, you go through the little the quests and challenges, and you have access to the like the order's headquarters. You can choose beds from the main village, the first village. There's also another village for newcomers here. But we have some areas where you can travel right off the bat. So the northeast, west, and south areas, they just kind of take you out away from spawn, so you can start your adventure away from the main area.
Yeah, in like a less populated area.
Yeah. Although I can say that the main strip is very populated. It keeps growing. There's a minimal map that they can read from. And then we provide boats so they can just kind of take off. We have a little bit of lore here and there. Oh, the rune stones. Hold on. I made, we also wanted the first village. So when people came in, they didn't learn everything as they walked through. But we wanted it like a living, like it was a living, breathing village. Like people were really there. And so, we kind of constructed fake stuff to make it, look like it's working, but you're not going to learn everything right off the bat with a fresh character. And you just have a basic.
It also looks like it looks like it's running smooth and things are spaced out well. That's good. Sometimes in the beginning of the experience, some servers have too many things, so it's kind of laggy when people first join, but it looks good. Like you've spaced things out well, and there's instruction, and the signs are readable. They're not in the black, they're in the color, so you can see them, Good stuff.
Yeah, and you'll find things like waterfalls, and no, the server, you don't need mods to get on the server at all. So there's no mod pack to download or anything like that. We have now watch, this is gonna take forever. I should have thought of that. All right, we'll look down. So, I don't know. There's lots of places to go see. There's plenty of builders that create big crazy things. I'm basic, so I just do stuff
that
like
is a portal hub. Wow.
this. Yeah, it's yeah. So you have inside and out.
Wait, there's
So,
two layers to it.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
And as you can see, we've only been running for a month and a half, and so this is the first portal hub, and it's completely filled on the inside, and we are working
That
on the
looks really cool
outside.
though. So people sort of there's like a couple slots that are available, I guess, and as people work on things, they can use one.
Yep. And then they have their own portal hubs. They're little tiny, um, for their adventures, and it's uh, it's interesting. It's interesting to kind of tour around. Is this the bigger portal hub? We have another giant portal hub. So, and it's filling up also. Um, I don't know how well it'll come in right off the bat, so we'll look down.
Yeah, just use the
Uh,
floor technique.
yep. Well, it's 9 stories
So it's like
high.
a Diverger Tower portal hub.
Yeah. This is by Mr. Bungles. But and then we have like the tame yawls, if they'll come in. Something will come in. Oh my goodness. I have not tried to do this while
It's okay.
showing my screen.
It's too epic for us to load it in our brains anyway. We need a little bit of buffering.
It's I am so sorry. And my internet is probably just trash. So but yeah, there's yawls on either side to help keep from spawning bad yawls. And really, they're actually caged. Oh my goodness. But you
Looks
wouldn't
very
know
epic.
because they're in the cages are invisible, and I don't know why they're not showing. Besides, everything's still rendering. I wasn't expecting it to be that intense, and it's not a big instant
Well, your stream
area.
itself is good. Like the quality is really good. It's very smooth.
So, when you're doing the orders there, you'll find them in this hub. And so these are all the main, um, the headquarters.
Are they like
I
guilds
do
sort
gotta
of?
say you have to watch that one. That would be Relic. He's an incredible builder.
Yeah, Relic's done
But
some
oh,
work on the
see,
free
there's
build
the
server.
y'all. There's one, and he's caged.
That's a smart way to do it though. I hadn't thought of that because if you have a tamed one, then it will take up the slot of the Zhao, so to speak, so the others don't spawn. Interesting. I never thought about doing that.
Yeah, yeah. It keeps them safe, and it keeps us safe. So, I figure I'll just take you to one of the orders headquarters. Hopefully, it shows up faster. You just got to watch out for the hidden portal because you'll get caged.
Nice swamp
See the
vibes.
balls? Yeah. Oh, speaking of teachings of Halvar, a dull blade cuts truer in steady hands than a sharp blade in a fool's grip. So you go
Wise words.
around, and there's 34 of them to find around the server. And well, I guess seed. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be
It looks pretty
another one.
cool actually. It's funny. Yeah, so
We
there's
have
there are certain mods that affect the load-in rate for objects like that. It doesn't really matter. It's fine.
Yeah, and usually when I enter the game, just on my own, I don't have this issue. It loads just fine. It just
Yeah, it's because of the
it's
live streaming.
it's
Makes
there.
sense.
So unfortunately, it's my computer is not being friendly. But this is like a really cool place. I wanted to show it, but it's gonna be another one of those slow loads.
I like
Uh
are those like iron cage spheres? Like, what are
yeah.
those? That looks cool. I've never seen somebody do
So
that before.
so Christopher originally this is the
Oh, that's where the portal. Oh, okay. It all makes sense now.
yeah. So Christopher, he originally had like mobs in him, but we kept killing all the mobs in the world while we were building it up, and he just didn't put them back. So I went ahead and did a trick portal, and just to throw somebody in the cage just for the heck of it. But yeah, it goes all his like base here, or yeah, base goes all the way up
Yeah.
to the top.
So you said Relic built this?
No, this is Christopher.
Oh, Christopher. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say
I
some of those big builders, like you know your next level in Valheim building when you can't take a screenshot of the build without render limit mods. Like,
right? Yeah, and I mean, as you can see, this is still coming in, so you can't even my fountain's slowly coming in. The fountain's me. But this was a joint project between Christopher and me. He did the main buildings and whatnot, and I did the fountain and surrounding these guys and the lights. So, but yeah, it was a joint thing, and he really did an amazing job. I was having issues. Coming up with swamp ideas for the Wardens of Odin. Uh, what is it? There's Relic. I was
good to
having
know.
issues coming up with ideas for the Wardens of, I almost said Relic, Odin order. And so I kind of pawned it off on him, saying, hey, do something with this because I have no idea what to do. And he threw this out in just a couple weeks. And he really, truly did an amazing, very detailed job. And
I always
I was
respect when
very
people can build
pleased.
in the swamp because it's so dark, it's hard to manage, but like working with that vibe, sometimes people can produce really cool stuff. Like this
Yeah,
fits the swamp, you know?
it
So we
really
have a
does.
question in the chat. I'll read it to you and then maybe you can answer. So you guess says, shout out from Canada. How did you guys create the hidden portal without the texture model? I think he's talking about the invisible portal.
That is a very good question because I personally did not make the actual portal. I was running through here one day, and all of a sudden I was transported 10 feet away to, or meters or whatever, to another invisible portal. And so I decided to do something with them, and yeah. I think what he did was just some code in the console.
Yeah,
So in here,
it's a field edit. So the portals have or all game objects in Valheim have a bunch of fields, like, you know, how much health they have, what that kind of thing. So to answer you guys's question, there's a field, and if you put an invalid entry in that field, it makes the game object invisible, but its particles still render. So that's what happened to the portal. It's a portal where you put in some random VFX in one of the fields, and then it makes it invisible. If you want to learn more about how to do that, then you can look in the Valheim world editing Discord and then just like ask how to make a prefab invisible. It's something that anybody you can do with like any of the game objects, and it's vanilla compatible. So if you've ever played the adventure map, like Valheim or Dakar and 9 Bytes adventure map, they use a lot of tricks like that. You can make something half invisible or invisible with a hitbox, etc.
Well, I have notes up the yin yang. I was gonna do it real quick, but I can make the blocks like invisible with some coding. I thought I had it my notes on it, and I don't. So essentially, you're making. Hold on. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. I can explain a little bit while you're setting that up. So
All
you
right, yeah,
guess
I'm trying to get it.
basically there are these tools you can use in Valheim. One's called World Edit Commands, and it allows you to change the field, like the data of the object in the game world while you're in the game. So what she can do is like mouse over this black marble block and then use a field edit that's going to change that data so that it does something, right?
So I'm gonna break it. And then I would be going in. Let's see. I need to off my hoe. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then yeah. I guess I think this is the right one. So it shows this as it's a normal block. But then I can make blocks.
Yeah, so the ones you're placing now are invisible basically, but they're there.
Yeah. So this
So you've made
is
an
how
invisible wall.
Yeah. So you can't walk through it at all. But I use this technique to make it so you can't record on cartography tables.
Yeah, so you cover their hitbox with one of these invisible blocks, so then there's no way for the player to activate the hitbox, right? Especially if they can't remove the block.
Yeah. I mean, it's still there, but if they can't make if they're unable to make a workbench, they can't destroy it. So that's
Yeah, and there's a lot of other fields as well. So you can also add fields. There's like removable false basically and that kind of thing. So you can make it so even if a person has the workbench, they can't remove the piece. Kind of like it's like a dungeon piece or something, right?
Yeah. It's really helpful when you're making things that you don't want people to mess with. You don't want them to record, or say you have a bunch of oh, there's a village here.
Oh, that's a cool bridge.
And thanks. This was the north portal until we did a reset and all these villages showed up again. But yeah, we
Classic.
have it was supposed to take you out over here to build, and it's not showing up.
That's all right. Well, so we'll actually have to move on pretty soon. Is there
Yeah,
anything
that-
else you want to
that's
cover
fine.
or talk about before then?
Well, I was gonna show one of the waterfalls that you come by, but it's gonna take forever because of the bridge. well,
Yeah,
bridges.
if you want, you can just chill here and then tell me when it loads, and I can we can show it off.
Yeah, yeah. You guys just, yeah, move along, move along.
Well, you got time because I'm about to. So now I'll share my screen, and we'll watch the training video,
Sounds good.
and then we'll talk about it. So you'll have time, okay? Does anyone have any questions or anything? Oh, by the way, you guys said thank you for showing that. Cooties.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions before we get into the actual training?
Nope.
Nope.
Let's do it.
So, all right, now I have to make sure I share my screen. Okay, so now you see. Do you see a big GTX logo, people in the Discord?
You see it?
Yes, I see it.
Yep.
This Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting.
Nope.
The best way to run your Valheim server.
Wait. Yeah, that was easy normally. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
This Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting. The best way to run your Valheim server.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
This Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting. The best way to run your Valheim server.
Hello everyone! Welcome to the Hype Week trailer training video. This tutorial will teach you the basics of producing a trailer for your Hype Week project
The
as
only
part
way I
of
heard it
Val-Con
was by
2026.
turning on the stream.
Your trailer, combined with the information for your Discord server, are going to be the driving mechanism that we use to bring players to the Hype Week servers. They're also going to be very useful for your own personal use. Anytime somebody asks you for a description of it, you can just send them the teaser video that you made on YouTube. It's very effective compared to replying in text. We will start by watching the original early access trailer for Valheim. It's from a simpler time and will provide a framework that you can copy for your own trailer for your Valheim project. Let's get started by watching the trailer once in its entirety.
It's a long time ago. Hmm.
take note of how you feel watching this trailer. If you've played Valheim for a while, it probably activates some emotions within you. This is what you're going for. For the rest of this video, we're going to break down a couple techniques that are in play in the trailer that you just watched. We'll start with clip length. It can be very challenging to get started on your trailer project because you might not know which things to show. And I encourage you not to worry too much about it, because to get started, all you really need to do is start recording clips. Now I'll have this video playing in the background again without any sound, and I'm going to kind of point out what's happening here. I'm talking to you about the length of each clip. Pay attention to what you're seeing on the screen. You essentially see a clip and then a scene change, a clip, a change, a clip, a change. And look at how short these clips actually are. Guy on a mountain, it's over. Text, it's over. Meadows, it's over. Building, it's over. Over, over, over. Really fast clips. One clip, another clip, another clip, another clip, another clip, another clip. You see what's happening? The pace is building, right? So essentially what you do is you start by compiling a bunch of clips. You don't record your trailer, you record 10 or 20 2 to 3 second moments that mean something in your experience. And once you've got a nice collection of these clips, then you can start actually putting them together into a trailer. Make sense? So that brings us to our next point, the music. I'm going to show you another scene from the trailer, except this time the audio will be playing. I want you to pay attention to the music and the scene change when it goes from one clip to another, okay? Did you notice how the scene change tends to happen on the beat? When there's a loud sound in the video, it also corresponds to a scene change. And that's the basics of making a trailer video. You make a pile of little clips, you find some Valheim music, and then you tie all those clips together, combined with some text, to the beat of the music. Because remember, the idea isn't to show them everything that you've done, it's to show them something that makes them want to join. And the next tip I'm going to give you is something that Dakar pointed out, and that's that you don't have to be very accurate with the trailer. So you can kind of exaggerate a little bit. And it's totally fine as long as it makes the video interesting to watch. You may have noticed a couple of these moments. Here's a great example of one. This is Yagluth getting summoned. It's the moment he rises up. But where is he? He's in the swamp. Yagluth is the boss of the plains. And then after that clip, we get this shot of a bunch of drakes. Way more than you would normally see. So they added more monsters to make the scene look more interesting. And then we go back to Bone Mass. Now, if you think about it, this is really confusing. It's literally the opposite order, right? It went Yagluth, Mountain, and then Bone Mass. But that's my entire point. It doesn't matter because the whole point of a trailer is to entice people to join. If things aren't perfect or if they're a little rough around the edges, it's not going to matter that much. Now that you know the basics of making your trailer, let's review the requirements to participate in Hype Week. You're going to study the Valheim trailer itself. Then you're going to set up a Discord if you don't have one yet. You're going to make a trailer for your own project that's 90 seconds or less and name it a certain way, then upload it to the Dropbox link in the top of this video description by March 8th. Personally, I'm absolutely excited to see what you all submit. I have a feeling these videos are going to be really useful for everyone's projects and are going to help not just Val-Con, but also each of you to find more players for your wonderful creations. With that, I'm going to end the video by showing you the early access launch date trailer from Coffee Stain Studios. This trailer is available on Coffee Stain's YouTube channel.
Really nice. We looked 2 weeks ago.
This
This
Val-Con video is powered by GTX server hosting. The best way.
There we go. All
really
right.
nice. Really cool.
I love how every time he wakes up, his house is like bigger and fancier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Honestly,
great little thing,
that trailer for me is more Valheim than the actual trailer. I don't know why, but there's the way they emphasize dying. I love that. I really love it.
Yeah,
I feel like over
me
time
too.
that kind of went away, if that makes sense. Now it's like kind of soft. But
I love it too. Every time to die, and stand up, stand up, stand up.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It shows the
you can
time
learn
when
a
I
lot
play
by just comparing those
yeah.
two tutorials. Go on.
Yeah, of course. I understand it. We just made it so. We planned it so. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
understand what you would to tell us with it. As a
You know, it's strange. I'm pretty sure I never watched that video back in the day until it was brought to my attention. But when you see my trailer, you'll think that I was using it as a template. I wasn't.
okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun video.
Yeah, and the first thing for us, we must find the really music, the good music for it. I don't know why. What kind of music will show or present it very well? What we do.
Yeah, Valheim has a lot of like metal boss music, that kind of thing. I made a trailer for Enigma and used one of those tracks, but it's pretty hard to get everything to line up to the beats and stuff. Like
Yeah.
now I need to remake it and.
In my impression is to put to make music with I don't know why I like it so much because the folk Viking sounds with dubstep mixing. I mixed it with Zuno. That was really scary.
That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it was really cool. I make some I don't know 3, 5, 6 songs, and maybe I do it for it, but on the other side, for our trading server, it must be a little bit other. But I like this. I must have a look.
Yeah. For my trailer, I actually started with the music. I got that first, and found something that would fit.
That's
and then,
smart.
And then
That's a good way to do
laid
it.
the tracks on top of it.
Yeah.
So I actually have that ready. Would you?
Yeah,
like
I
to
was
see
gonna
it?
say it seems like a perfect time to transition into your trailer. So for the rest of you, Dev's project is vanilla. So he's in an interesting situation where basically he has to make a trailer for the same game that Iron Gate made those trailers about.
Oh,
So
well,
it's like, it's cool.
Let me get that on the screen. Okay. I should basically be showing a big white box on my screen at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. All right. Here we go. See if you can recognize where this track of music came from.
Definitely the Valkyrie flying in.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one you don't hear a lot during the game.
Tutorial.
Yeah, but it's significant. You remember the sound.
Good shot.
The classic Valheim moments.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh yes. Fight.
Yeah.
That moment with the serpent is always a good one.
Oh yeah, that was in my original plan. I said I'm going to end it with the serpent roaring in the sea. Yeah, I knew that one from the start.
The signature.
Serpents are great. Yeah, actually, about this trailer, it's what I was thinking was like before we saw the trailers from Iron Gate that showed Valheim on crack, like with hordes of
Yeah,
enemies.
Valheim
And
on
this
crack,
was like
especially
how,
the last one.
yeah, and this was like how Valheim really is.
The idea was to either remind the veteran players this is how it all starts, or to give the taste to somebody who's brand new. This is what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, true.
It took me a lot of tries to get that. That was about the 6th or 7th attempt to get that. I tried to do it like humorous, and it wasn't working at all. So then I said, what if I made it serious? And that worked much better.
Yeah, you did a good job picking the moments that are very memorable in the early Valheim experience. I think it could use a little bit of text somewhere just to give context. Maybe something like relive the beginning or something like that.
So you saw that the end card there, and I was originally going to like put those phrases along in the video at various stages just to let people know what the rules were, as it were. And I could still do that. I got some comments from people I know, at least one that said, I actually like it better with no text at all. I'm like, okay, well.
And Rosic,
yes.
Is it possible at the moment that you play with how they on, or could you put it off?
The moment I did what?
The hat.
The hat.
Yeah. Can you put it off, or you must let it on? I don't know what is better. We make our sequences would be filming without.
Yeah, so he's
without the
talking
HUD.
about the user interface. Yeah.
Using interface.
I could do it with it off. Well, all right. So that took a long time to film. So I don't think I'm going to do that again. Plus, it again, I wanted to reflect the actual experience in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, I could have filmed it with that off.
That's a good question.
I find it a little hard to play like that because there's certain things you can't see, like your health bar.
Yeah, that's only your problem at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, it is entire. You just hit the Control F3 and it turns it off. But I'm not going to go back and do that. But I understand where you're coming from. I did think about doing it that way, and realized that that's not exactly what I wanted to present.
Yeah, it's a preference. At least I've noticed in YouTube videos that, like, on one hand, from like a cinematography position, it'll always look better if there's no UI. But on the other hand, the people playing Valheim are used to the UI, so this might not make sense, but I really do believe this happens. When they're looking at a Valheim screen, they actually need a little bit of the UI present to anchor that. It makes it more familiar to them. So it really depends on what you're going for. Like if you're trying to make an artful story using Valheim as the world to show it in, then it should probably be all no UI stuff. But if you're trying to do something that's relatable to people who play Valheim, then completely showing no UI doesn't trigger their brain into the I'm in Valheim at the moment. So I've just noticed with content that sometimes people actually relate to the content more when you show them the UI. It does this like grounding effect on them. But again, completely depends on the kind of content you're making and your own preferences. So I wouldn't say that this is better or that is better. I would say that regarding showing UI in the trailers, at least, it's circumstantial. It depends what you're going for, and also the experience itself. Like in my project, Enigma Mode, I despise UI. I despise like looking at anything 2D. I try and eliminate it as much as possible. So I would do stuff without the UI showing, most likely. But in a normal project, I don't think it really matters that much. At least for me personally, watching Dev's video, the only reason I bring up the text is because I think from a viewer's perspective, especially if there's other trailers that show off things, it could be more clear that the thing this is a vanilla experience. So because that's not necessarily clear from the very beginning, the person has to kind of try and imagine, like, oh, is this turning into something? Are they showing something out? Like they have to spend some time trying to guess, right? Whereas if it's very clear right from the beginning moment, this is a vanilla Valheim server, so you can re-experience that nostalgia, that feeling you had of starting a fresh vanilla Valheim world and having that experience. That's just my 2 cents, though.
Yeah, I'll make one with some text messages over it and see how it looks. It's easy enough to add those in and check it out, and then decide later if it's going to work.
Yeah, and you can also put them on, like if you're in the video editor, you have different like lines, so to speak, or layers.
Yes.
You can just put the text kind of on top of the stuff, so you don't have to mess with the timing, and you can just find a clip that maybe it's 8 seconds and you can make it 4 seconds and show text for a bit, something like that. You'll figure it out.
It took a lot of juggling to get all that stuff to fit in. So I'd probably just lay it over the various scenes, and I'll have to pick the moments when it's not going to interfere with what's showing.
Yeah, it's a good way to handle it.
I want to check out, because my family is coming. What was the deadline for the trailers?
The trailers are due on March 8th.
That's the last time. Okay.
Yeah.
I do my best to make it ready next weekend.
Yeah, I mean, earlier is definitely better. And so technically to submit, you go to the Val-Con website and submit it into Dropbox. But I encourage you to also just post it on YouTube as a video, because like then you can share it with people and everything. It makes it a lot easier. We want it in a file form so that we can use it in pretty much any way. But obviously you made the video, and you should also publish it on YouTube and like share it, if that makes sense. So there's really, the idea is just to get the people to make the files, and then it's going to be good for everybody.
So it's enough to make the files for you, and then I can put it on YouTube too.
Yeah, exactly. Technically, I need is for you to upload the file into Dropbox by March 8th. That's like the hard requirement to participate in Hype Week. As long as that happens, Everything else is fine. I'm saying you should also upload the video to YouTube and share it with people for your own project's sake. Because when people ask you about something, if you have to explain it in text, that's never as effective as just dropping a trailer to them, right? Because then you can go off and do something else. You don't have to explain the project to them, and they can watch a trailer that's video that entices them into the project. You know, so it works really, really well for onboarding new players and all of that kind of stuff.
So I have a second question. Should we talk over the video, over the trailer, or should we only make a trailer with music and to show it after that with speaking, and so after the video or in the video?
I don't have a requirement, so you can do what you feel is best. So far, most of the projects don't have someone narrating. They use like showing and music, but it doesn't have to be that way. Really, as long as you submit the file, I could, you know, give you advice or whatever, but ultimately, like, it's okay. It's your project. So if you feel that it's better if you narrate something, you should do that. Don't worry too much about what other people are doing, because only you know what the project or your team's project is, and that may be different. It may have different needs than what everyone else is doing. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you want to narrate, narrate. If you don't.
Okay, that's for me. Then I'm out. Thank you for this nice coming together.
Yeah, of course. It was good to meet you. I hope you have fun with your family.
Yeah, you too with the others, and have a nice evening and afternoon, and we hear us next time.
Bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
So before we end, I want to ask Hilly a couple questions about what he learned from the first season of Battle for Valhalla. But before that, Dev or Cooties or Hilly, do any of you have any questions about the requirements for the Hype Week trailer or the due date or anything?
Actually, I do have one question, and it's not about the trailer. It's about the Hype Week streaming. At one point, I believe I heard comments to the effect that you sort of believe that everyone is going to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. And as this will be my first time streaming ever in my life, I'm not sure I will be prepared to do both.
Oh, well, if I came across that way, I apologize, because I'm not under the impression that.
I don't think it was in
Anybody.
the sense of an expectation. It was more like you just thought that that's what most people did. While I know what multicasting is, I'm not technically prepared to do it at this time.
I understand.
So my question might be, which would be better? If I can only stream on one, would it be better to be on Twitch or on YouTube? I think I could do either, but both might be out of my reach.
If you can only do one, then YouTube is better unless you already use Twitch. And I only say that because Val-Con and also my YouTube channel has more of a YouTube following than a Twitch following. And like on the Val-Con YouTube, you can look at the old videos and stuff and see the old Val-Con from last year, whereas on the Twitch you can't. So personally, I would favor YouTube, but again, it's just preferential. And that's a good point, actually. I forgot to mention that the whole streaming thing, because basically, like, it would be really useful if for Hype Week, when you play, you also stream that you're playing, right? That's definitely preferable, but it's not a requirement to participate.
Okay, well, I want to do that because I think it's going to be useful. And yes, I'm already preparing to do YouTube. In fact, I'm going to have to do some practice streams in advance, so it's not literally my first time on the first day.
Yeah, that's smart.
Can we do silent streams?
Yeah, You can stream anything as long as it's Valheim and you're showing your playthrough. It's not like you have to narrate the whole time.
Okay.
But also keep in mind you don't have to stream. I'm just saying that for the event itself, um, we're looking for more exposure to things. So if you are playing and you're doing Hype Week, it would be ideal if you also stream, but
Okay.
it's not required. Makes sense. So if you feel uncomfortable, don't worry about it.
Well, you're not going to see my face cam, but I'll be there.
I'll practice. I'll practice.
Yeah, because I want to be able to like narrate what I'm doing. Again, part of what I see Valheim, Vanillaheim World's purpose is to introduce new players, and part of that is telling them something about what's happening while you're playing, and kind of seeing the information that they need to be able to play the game at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. Hilly, do you want to...
Yeah.
Is there something you want to show, or...
Yeah, what I want to show is the trailer for the first season we have launched. And yeah, for context, I'm Haley from the Arena World server. We are a community focused on PvP in Valheim. And our main project was Arena World. Like, we did a couple videos on it on our YouTube channel, where we're featuring a lot of game modes that are closed scenarios. So lately we started to launch an open world PvP server, where we have two factions fighting against each other, which leads to a conflict of resources and so on. So now I will show you the trailer we have done for our first season, and after that, I will talk about what we learned and how we progress from there on.
Oh, epic.
Yes. That was our trailer for the first season.
Do you mind
Any
if I do you mind if I give them some context real quick before you continue?
Yeah, sure.
So, for those of you who don't know Arena World, basically for years they've specialized in Valheim PvP. And it's a team of a couple of people. There's Hilly, Papa Doc, and Ray. Am I forgetting anyone?
Yeah, actually, from the last call we had a couple months ago, where we're talking of, Zeal actually joined our team as well.
Yes, I heard that. He told me. That's wonderful. Now you have a scripter. Zeal's a
Yeah.
really talented scripter as well. He can understand like most scripts that are produced.
Yeah, it's so far he's doing amazing work already.
So basically, Arena World before was very different than what you just saw. It was essentially loads and loads of individual PvP mini games. So like you find 3 or 4 people who want to do some PvP for a couple hours, and you join Arena World and you go to that specific arena. It's kind of like a world full of different PvP mini games. But then they did Battle for Valhalla, which is like them applying everything they learned all into a Valheim experience where it's about how people actually like playing Valheim with PvP elements in this faction war. And they did it in a way where, like, yeah, there is PvP, but let's say you just want to farm and work for your faction and get them resources and not do any PvP. You can do that. It's like a cooperative team experience. It's super, super cool. And if you want to learn more about it, I actually had like a 6-hour live stream visit that was pretty popular, where I showed off the beginning of that first season. So what Hilly just showed you was the trailer for that first season of Battle for Valhalla. That first season has now ended, and they're working on the next one. So what Hilly's gonna share is some of the lessons that he's learned from this process.
Yes, the lessons, and as expected, as it always is, it's way more complicated when it turns into practice than it was in the theory before. So yeah, we had to learn a lot of new stuff to handle, especially now for season 2, where we finally got the in practice experience on how working, because we had many flaws even in the knowledge we had before, to put them live on a server where it's 24/7 on, because like you have to think about so many things then beside the thing where people, like usually we do it in a way where we can moderate people specifically when they're playing, but so we have to know more about to automate stuff, and like so we can turn off by ourselves and know everything is going fine. So this was the biggest point we learned so far. And then there are many specific smaller things in economy stuff, and I don't want to go into detail because it's
Yeah,
yeah,
don't worry.
yeah.
So what do you think was the most surprising lesson you learned from it?
Oh, the most surprising lesson was that it finally, so for my personal highlight was that it's amazing how a competition in game leads again to a meaning for yourself to play it. Like for everything you do, like you know when you play a lot of Valheim, you have mined the methods, iron, silver, etc., um, 1,000 times, and you know it's just a thing to go further. But there it felt like I'm doing it and it has a purpose for my team, and even if I overfarm it, I know it's good because my team can profit from it and save other guys time as well.
Oh, that's a good point. So basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that you found that even though you've in normal Valheim, you've done all the things, you've mined all the stuff, so it's kind of boring to you. You're used to it. But then you found that by being in a situation in Valheim where there's actually a purpose for getting extra stuff, made you feel excited to do those things again. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. This is my personal feeling about it. And and one player that was very specific, that kept in my mind really much, was just a farmer guy. He didn't even do PvP much. Like actually he was only half of the season available, but in this time he did so much farming on barley and flax from the plains, that we could feast on the stuff for the entire season. And like every time we add
That's
the
cool.
bread, we know it was produced by him.
Yeah, that's really
that's,
awesome because that's a dynamic that it's related to what we were talking about with Hank earlier. That in normal Valheim, it's kind of missing the trading with others element and how that works. Whereas in a lot of games in multiplayer, trading with other people really adds a lot to the experience. It adds a lot of depth. It has a lot of really positive effects. Or it can at least, right? So it
Yeah.
sounds like something similar from what you're describing.
Yeah, exactly. Like when like when you can't do everything by yourself, you have to rely on other people, which leads to communication and the stuff, which is in the end the thing that is the most exciting thing. Like working together with other people to make to rock the thing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, is there anything else you want to share, Hilly, or anything maybe about like the trailers or anything?
I have to no. I wouldn't say no anymore because like mostly the things are just specific stuff I'm in mind of, and
Yeah, it makes
it's
sense.
not really well to show off. Yep.
All right then.
Well, that's it.
So
Any
does anyone else
questions?
have any questions about Hype Week, or if you want to ask one of the other Hype Week participants anything?
So, what should we expect? Or I lost my train of thought. Never mind.
No, I think you're onto something. Like, what should you expect from Hype Week itself or the trailers? Because I haven't really talked to people a whole lot about the actual format of the event itself. So maybe you're
Okay.
uncertain about that part.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I can summarize it for you. So
Thank you.
it'll be kind of similar to this, where there will be one day about a week before Val-Con starts, and on that day there will be 2 meetings like this. Except instead of training in each meeting, each participant will show their trailer, and it'll be kind of fast paced. So these meetings are kind of slower. They could take up to 2 hours or maybe more sometimes. Some of the other ones were longer. Whereas the actual Hype Week launch will be us all in a group watching each other's trailers, and then maybe a little bit of discussion and it ends. The idea is to like people watch stuff and then we push the players to those experiences. And that live stream will get more marketing ahead of time to bring the public to it. So they're going to watch us watch our trailers and then react to them. And then everyone gets directed to where all the information is to join. So we're gonna be like, hey, look, you like this? You can come play with us. We're starting now. Make sense?
Yeah. Thank you.
Have you determined the actual start date for Hype Week yet?
I need to write it in the document, but it's 7 days before the stream starts. So it'll be like, I think the Val-Con stream starts on Friday. So Hype Week stream would probably be the Friday before that, unless for some reason it's better I do it on Saturday. I might just do it on Saturday so that more people can see it. What do you think?
I would suggest Saturday, yes. So
Yeah.
that would be Saturday the 11th, I believe.
Yeah, and thanks for reminding me. I need to. Gwen's been asking me to note that. I need to like finalize all the dates. They're like final in my head, but I haven't written it down anywhere, so I need to do that.
Yep.
So this time the Val-Con is happening over Friday, Saturday, Sunday again, right? Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And that's then it's unlike like last time. It's not 24/7 stream over 24-hour stream over the
Yeah,
entire week.
correct. It's
And
split into 3 parts. So there'll be like a shorter stream on Friday, and then a stream on Saturday, and a stream on Sunday. Something like that.
okay.
And then Hype Week is the whole week before that stream even starts. So I guess 6 days before, because I'll start it on Saturday. So the idea is that like some people will start new playthroughs, they'll try the other Hype Week servers, some from a live stream. But then like if you've noticed, when you first start a new Valheim server or a new experience, it usually builds for the first week or two, and then it kind of starts tapering off. So the idea is to line Hype Week up so that people start servers, and then at the peak of their kind of enjoyment in that first week, then Val-Con happens. And people then have momentum towards Valheim from their playthrough. So the idea is like they're playing and then they're also listening to the stream. I think the others in Val-Con think that people will stop playing and listen to the stream. I think that people might also just play and listen to the stream while they play Valheim. I've noticed a lot of people do that kind of thing, so it's just some thoughts, really.
Is there a cross-server portal system set up for, say, the more vanilla servers, or kind of like last year?
Not at the moment, but there might be able to be something like that. So just to be clear, there's the Hype Week servers. These are all community run servers. So devs is within Val-Con, but aside from that, everyone, it's like their own thing that they're running, and then they're sharing it with the community for Hype Week for the most part. So this is separate from like the actual Val-Con convention servers themselves. There's like a showcase server and a build server and like some internal servers ran by the convention team. I'm not really involved much with that. My focus has been on Hype Week. So you could ask the others and they might be able to tell you more about that. Is that
Okay.
Is that a fair answer?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any questions?
No, it's sounds good for me.
Wonderful. All right, then. So I think that ties up this training session. There will be another one later today for the people in different time zones. This is the one that's earlier. For me, it started at like 8 a.m. So more friendly for the Europeans. Whereas the next one starts at like 4 p.m. my time. So it's in like a while. Let's see. Yeah, it's 10 for me. So the next one is in 6 hours. I can math. Yeah, 6 hours. So if you want to ask another question, or any of you listening, you just came up with something and you want to ask, you'll get another chance later on today if you're around. So you can see me in that live stream, and you can also see the other participants for the live stream. Maybe that I'll do a better job on that one because I had practice here. So I'll probably run Valheim so I can show just some imagery of Valheim when nothing is being shown instead of just showing the Discord page. I'll make some other little improvements, but yeah, I'll be in that next training one, and you guys are welcome to show up if you want. You're definitely not required to show up to 2, but you also can if you want to.
Okay. Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, JP.
All right,
Thanks.
everyone. that's it for now. I hope you all have a wonderful day, okay? Bye-bye.